Although modern technology is constantly advancing, it is still very difficult for us to build ancient structures. Without machinery and modern equipment, our ancestors created wonders that leave the modern world in awe. In fact, some of the construction techniques remain completely unsolved. What are you waiting for? Hit subscribe for BeneathX and give us a like to embark on a journey to admire 10 most amazing ancient ruins of the world that will blow your mind. Ayutthaya. Ayutthaya was once praised as the Venice of the East, a symbol of prosperity and tolerance. However, in reality, it was a kingdom built on the foundations of war, power, and oppression. Founded in 1350, Ayutthaya quickly became the political, economic, and cultural center of the Kingdom of Siam. For 4 centuries, it was not only the capital of Thailand, but also a meeting point for traders from Japan, Persia, and Europe. In 1767, the Burmese army set the entire city ablaze. Hundreds of wooden temples were destroyed in the sea of fire. Only about 50 stone monuments and shrines survived the inferno and can still be seen today. People flock to Ayutthaya every day, eagerly taking pictures among the ancient temples. But how many realize that they are standing on land once scorched by hatred, stained with blood from struggles for power? Masada. The ancient fortress of Masada is perhaps the most isolated ruin on the planet. Perched precariously atop a steep cliff in the Judean desert, it overlooks the shimmering Dead Sea. Built in the late 1st century BC by King Herod the Great, this fortress is a marvel of ancient engineering, featuring a robust defensive system, Roman-style baths, storerooms, and even a swimming pool in the arid desert. However, Masada became famous not for its grandeur, but for the tragic events of the First Jewish Revolt in 73 AD. After years of resisting the Roman army, 960 Jews chose death rather than enslavement. When the Romans breached the final defenses, they found only cold corpses with no survivors left to take as prisoners. Baalbek. How did the ancients move massive stones weighing nearly 1,000 tons, a feat that even modern technology struggles with? These questions arise whenever Baalbek is mentioned. Located in the Bekaa Valley of Lebanon, the Baalbek temple complex is known as the City of the Sun and serves as the source of unprecedented inquiries. Here, the Temple of Jupiter, the largest temple ever built in the Roman Empire, is situated on a foundation made of 3 gigantic stones known as the Trilithon, each weighing between 800 and 1,000 tons. No one knows how the ancients were able to transport and install them with such perfect precision, especially when even modern cranes might not manage it. Next to it stands the Temple of Bacchus, constructed around 150 AD, which retains its nearly intact structure with intricately carved stone walls. This site not only honors the god of wine, but also reflects the blend of Greco-Roman art and Eastern beliefs. Through millennia of plunder, burial, and war, Baalbek still stands tall, as if hiding a part of the memory that humanity has forgotten. Hampi. Once the second largest city in the world after Beijing, Hampi was the glorious capital of the Vijayanagara Empire in India. Established in the 14th century by two princes of the Sangama dynasty, it was one of the most powerful and affluent kingdoms of the medieval era, filled with temples and royal palaces, though sadly, only ruins remain today. Hampi was a bustling trading center where gold, silver, spices, and gemstones were exchanged in vast markets adorned with flags. This city was not only the economic heart of the Vijayanagara Empire, but also a cultural and religious hub, attracting scholars, artists, and monks from across the Indian subcontinent. The prominent remaining structures, such as the Vithala Temple with its intricately carved stone chariot and the resonant stone pillars that produce musical sounds when tapped, along with the main temple featuring bizarre sea creatures, have astonished many archaeologists. After 1565, an alliance of Islamic kingdoms attacked and devastated Hampi. Within 6 months, the city was set ablaze and abandoned forever. Before we continue exploring, please comment the name of the city or country you live in. Who knows, in the next video, that very place might appear with a surprising secret. Lamanai. Deep in the jungles of northern Belize, Lamanai was once one of the most prosperous and longest-lasting Maya cities in history. Unlike many other Maya areas that were abandoned centuries before Europeans arrived, Lamanai still had inhabitants when the Spanish first set foot in the region. The name Lamanai, meaning submerged crocodile in Maya, is a rare testament to a place that retains its indigenous language and spirit. Because archaeologists have not been able to excavate the entire city, they have focused their investigations and restorations on major structures like the High Temple. This temple stands 33 meters tall with steep steps leading straight to the sky. However, a multitude of structures, tombs, and artifacts remain buried beneath layers of red earth and dense tree roots. Roman Colosseum. The Romans were so fascinated by gladiatorial combat that they built an enormous structure solely for human entertainment. The Roman Colosseum, also known as the Colosseum, is one of the greatest symbols of the Roman Empire, located in the heart of Rome. Inaugurated in 80 AD under Emperor Titus, this monument could hold up to 50,000 spectators, designed exclusively for blood-soaked spectacles. From gladiator battles to wild animal hunts and public executions, the Colosseum was not only a place of entertainment, but also a political tool that demonstrated the emperor's absolute power over the people. The gladiatorial contests were organized like festivals, with the cheers of the crowd drowning out the cries of dying lives beneath the arena. With its 3 tiers of massive stone arches adorned with columns in the Doric, Ionic, and Corinthian styles, the structure once featured a gigantic awning made of velarium that could be pulled out to shield the audience from the sun. To this day, the Colosseum continues to astonish architects with its grandeur. Borobudur. Regarded as a massive stone pyramid amidst the jungle, Borobudur not only overwhelms the world with its scale, but also with the spiritual mysteries yet to be unraveled. Located in the mountainous region of central Java, Indonesia, this Buddhist monument was constructed from over 2 million volcanic stones in the 9th century without the use of mortar or cement. The entire temple serves as a 3-dimensional spiritual map, guiding pilgrims from the base of the pyramid through 3 levels of enlightenment: the world of desire, the world of form, and finally, the formless world. It is adorned with over 2,000 reliefs and 500 Buddha statues, each depicting a Buddhist teaching. Mesa Verde. Nestled within the cliffs of the American Southwest, Mesa Verde holds many mysteries about the ancestral Puebloan civilization. It features 600 ancient homes perched on cliff edges. The Cliff Palace is the most famous dwelling here, built within a massive sandstone alcove and enduring for 7 centuries. From around 600 AD, the ancient Pueblo people began constructing small villages on the high plateaus. By around 1100, they transitioned to building residences hidden deep within the cliffs. They did this because these structures provided better defense, protection from harsh weather, and access to water from natural rock wells. A prominent feature in the kivas is the sipapu, a small hole in the floor that symbolizes the place where the ancestors of the ancient Pueblo people emerged from a previous world. According to Hopi legend, the sipapu is the sacred portal through which their ancestors entered the present world. Additionally, archaeologists have discovered that sunlight streaming through the rock crevices during the winter and summer solstices creates special light effects on spiral designs, indicating that these may have been used as a solar calendar to mark important times of the year. Acropolis. From every corner of Athens, you can see the Acropolis towering atop the rocky hill. Built in the 5th century BC under the guidance of Pericles, the Acropolis was originally a residential area, later transformed into a city of temples. The most prominent of these is the Parthenon, the temple dedicated to Athena, the patron goddess of Athens. These ancient architectural works were crafted from bronze and marble, with some even gilded in gold. Despite enduring centuries of invasions, wars, and the ravages of time, the Acropolis is still being meticulously restored. While it may surprise archaeologists at times, it stands as a living testament to the efforts to preserve one of humanity's greatest legacies. Ellora Caves. A massive temple carved from a single rock may sound unbelievable, but this is the reality at the Ellora Caves in Maharashtra, India. This complex consists of 100 caves directly carved into basalt rock, of which only 34 are open to the public. Dating back to 600 AD, it took over 5 centuries for Buddhist, Hindu, and Jain monks to construct. What makes Ellora special is the Kailasa Temple. With hundreds of sculptures, stone columns, and intricate carvings, this temple was chiseled entirely from the top of the mountain down and is dedicated to the god Shiva. Additionally, the Carpenter's Cave, featuring a majestic Buddha preaching and a stone roof polished to resemble wood, serves as another testament to the incredible craftsmanship of those who built Ellora. These wonders not only hold history, but also contain mysteries waiting to be explored. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to the BeneathX channel so you won't miss out on the exciting journeys ahead. Which monument impressed you the most? Let me know why in the comments below. Terracotta Army. Can you believe that there is a country that possesses a mighty army with thousands of soldiers, war horses, and generals, all created entirely from terracotta? Buried underground in Xi'an, China, the Terracotta Army is a stunning collection of thousands of life-sized clay warriors and horses. This collection is believed to have been buried with Qin Shi Huang, the first emperor of a unified China, in the 3rd century BC. Discovered by chance in the 1970s when local farmers were digging a well, the Terracotta Army immediately shocked the archaeological world. To date, scientists have identified around 600 burial pits, but only 3 of them have been excavated. What makes these warriors special is not only their colossal scale, but also the astonishing detail. Each face is unique. No 2 soldiers are exactly alike. Each statue was handcrafted with distinct features, and the entire project is thought to have taken over 40 years of continuous work. To this day, the true purpose of the Terracotta Army remains a mystery. What do you think is the reason behind the creation of this army? Choose one of the answers below, or share your thoughts in the comments. Library of Celsus. Is this merely a library or a tomb disguised by knowledge? Located in the ancient city of Ephesus, in what is now Turkey, the Library of Celsus is one of the most impressive surviving structures from ancient Rome. Constructed around 120 AD by Gaius Julius Aquila in memory of his father, Tiberius Julius Celsus Ptolemaianus, it is one of the few libraries that remain from the Roman Empire. Although much of the building was destroyed in a fire during the 3rd century, its stunning facade still stands. With its rows of marble columns and statues representing wisdom, knowledge, virtue, and understanding, the facade was carefully restored in the 1970s and served as a repository for over 12,000 scrolls of immense knowledge from Roman times.